Okay, and we're live on Facebook.
All right, well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to this week's Impact Wrestling Press Pass podcast. I'm Ross Foreman. It gives me great privilege to bring in our host for today, D'Lo Brown. Before we do that, just a reminder to media, when we ask for media questions, simply raise your hand via the Zoom link, and we will get to as many as we can. We have a lot of media in the queue here waiting for questions. We have the reigning Impact Tag Team Champions, the Good Brothers, so we will get to as many questions as we can. That said, let's welcome our host for today, D'Lo Brown. D'Lo, how you doing today?
I am good, Ross, and welcome everybody to Press Pass. Thank you, Ross. Here we are, 10 days out from the biggest show of the year, Bound for Glory, and I'm sitting here right in the home of Bound for Glory, Las Vegas. And with that being said, it is my absolute pleasure to bring in two men who literally changed the face of Impact Wrestling a little over a year ago, and come in and just literally change the way we do things. So with that being said, I'd like to introduce the Big LG, Doc Gallows, and the Machine Gun, Karl Anderson, the Impact World Tag Team Champions, the Good Brothers.
What an introduction from the legendary D'Lo Brown. I could listen to that all day, good brother. Thank you very much for having the boys today.
I'll applaud for myself since there's no piped-in applause for the boys. And for D'Lo,
you got a good brother.
In his own right. Yes, of course.
You got a good brother. So guys, I've got a couple questions I'm going to ask you real quick.
Sure.
First off, here we are, like I said, right on the cusp of Bound for Glory, and the tag team situation is a little murky right now. How do you guys feel going into Bound for Glory? What are your thoughts on the tag team title situation right now?
I mean, I would say that Machine Gun and I are used to being marked men. Now the proverbial forbidden door has been not only open, but kicked down in Impact Wrestling. I mean, we've got, teams from New Japan and Bullet Club and Finn Juice. We've got Impact teams gunning for us, of course. We've got teams over at AEW looking across, gunning for us. But we're totally prepared, D'Lo. It's that same old recipe. We say it on Impact Wrestling every single week. It's a magic killer, a 1, 2, 3, and a just too sweet. It's been working for years, and it's going to work at Bound for Glory.
One issue that the Good Brother and I never have is lack of confidence. And whether we win a match or whether we lose a match, we know that we're going to bounce back next. And walking into Bound for Glory, I feel like we've cemented what we came to Impact Wrestling to do. And Bound for Glory, we're just going to continue doing what the Good Brothers do, and that's just, no matter what, making headlines.
And I want to go back to something that, Doc, you had said. You had mentioned the forbidden door. Well, you two have gone through that forbidden door probably more than anyone else. How does it feel when you're in different companies and different rings and you're representing Impact Wrestling?
It's a high honor, but like I said, we're used to being marked men because you're not always as welcome as you would feel in our home at Impact Wrestling when you walk into those places, because people want to know what in the hell you're doing there. And when you're there week in and week out, like we've been at AEW, and then you jump over to New Japan Pro Wrestling, and Strong had the tag team Turbulence tournament. We went in there, we won that tournament to reestablish ourselves in that company, a company that put our names on the map. So there's a lot of weight on your shoulders, but like Machine Gun said, we're two very confident guys, and you know that as well. So you just got to wear it, you got to live it, and you got to do it every single day, because we wanted that door to be open. It's damn sure open now.
Well, yeah, I feel like they know what we're there to do. We're there to win matches and make absolutely as much money as we possibly can. So everywhere we go, we're not liked, but that's not something that the LG and I really think about, or you can lose much sleep about. Because if you start thinking about that stuff, you're going to start losing. You're going to start losing matches, and you're going to start losing money. And we don't want to lose either of those.
Oh, hell no.
Well, nobody wants to lose money, but this is called Press Pass. So I'm going to open this up to the press and see what they got to say, because I could ask questions all day, because, we could brother all day long.
Oh, for sure. We have, and we will.
let's not tell too much. Anyway, let's go to the queue. Right now from Lucha Libre Online, I've got Michael Torres. Michael, I'd like to welcome you to the Press Pass. And what do you got? What's your question for the Good Brothers?
Gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. Hope everyone is doing well. For the Good Brothers, you guys, on the other side of the fence, you have your achievements, but at a certain point, you were sit down on the bench without a reason for too long. When you came into Impact, you were hungry. You promised that you were going to conquer the world, and that's exactly what you've done so far. But you exceeded what your expectations were. So you were on singles main event, you were on tag team main event, you were on multi-man matches main event as well. For both of you, how does it feel to be part of a company that values you as performers, as humans, as a tag team, as a single wrestler, as everything?
I think it attests to the fact that we can both say that we're probably as professionally happy as we've ever been, because Impact's given us the opportunity to not only wave the Impact flag in Impact Wrestling, but I mean, Michael, we've talked to you a lot over the last year and a half, and as well as we do, that we wanted to wave that flag around the world, and we're doing it. I think we're doing it well, and when the world fully opens up from the pandemic stuff, we're going to be doing it even more. There is nowhere that we won't go and defend these Impact Wrestling World Tag Team titles. And, again, back to being confident, we're very proud men. And I think that we have a lot to be proud of, but a hell of a lot more to do so that we can keep that up. And like Karl said, keep making money, keep accomplishing goals.
Yes. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Gotcha.
Sorry, my audio kind of went out when you were asking the question. I kind of missed almost all of that. I apologize. But I'm sure Gallows answered it perfectly.
Yeah, no, don't worry. This is basically, how do you feel to be part of a company that values you for being a single wrestler, a tag team wrestler, that grants you the opportunity to be in multiple main events, to win titles, to be that person that carries the flag for Impact Wrestling around the world? Like, how does it feel for you to have, to be part of a company that values you as a performer, as a human as well?
Yeah, no, Impact came calling to LG and I at a time when, we weren't particularly sure where we were going to end up, what we were going to do. We knew that in our minds, like we always say, we're confident brothers. We knew that we were going to end up fine and land on our feet, but we weren't exactly sure where we were going to go and what we were going to do. And Impact came and, really gave us an opportunity to show everyone that what we can do. And like, we're proud to be Impact guys. We want to wave that Impact flag for a long time. And, no matter what happens with our future, where we end up for the rest of our careers, I know that we'll always have a real special spot for Impact Wrestling. And to be able to be in the main events that we've done and be able to do the New Japan stuff and be able to have the New Japan guys come over to Impact, be able to have the AEW guys come into the Impact Zone, to be able to have Kenny Omega come in the Impact Zone. That's something that we look at as, very special. And Impact holds a real special spot in our hearts.
Awesome. Thank you very much, and wishing you success, not only in Battle for Glory, but in everything you have in your careers going. Thank you.
Thanks, Michael.
Thank you, Michael. And I'll just add into what you guys were saying, if you don't mind, as someone who has spent time in other locker rooms and other companies. We've got something very unique here in Impact Wrestling, and there's a feel, a vibe. You can see it when you're in the locker room. There's nobody in separate dressing rooms. Everyone sits in a giant room. Everyone is just hanging out with each other, and that's a special thing that we have here.
Absolutely, man.
And with that being said, I'm going to move on to the next one. I've got Stephanie from Steel Chair Wrestling Magazine up next. Stephanie, how are you doing? And welcome to the Press Pass.
Hi, dear Leo. How are you?
I am fine. How are you doing?
I'm great. And hi to Doc Gallows and Karl Anderson.
Hello, Stephanie.
Talk to you. It's only the first time in 1 year and a little bit more than a year. I was surprised that we haven't had a chance to talk before. We don't know yet who is going to be your opponent at Bound for Glory. Maybe Finjuice, maybe the Bullet Club. Which team would be the less worst, if I can say it like that, for you? because I'm sure you don't want any of them. But yeah, what is the situation that you?
I mean, there's a lot of history between both teams and between the Good Brothers because when we were on top of the world in New Japan Pro Wrestling at the height of the Bullet Club era, when we were winning tournaments and winning the IWGP Tag Team titles numerous times, both David Finlay and Juice Robinson were young boys. They were seconding to the ring. They were out there on one knee watching us do our thing. So I think they learned a lot from watching us. And then when we were away from that for a while, watching them grow into themselves was really cool. They're a really talented team. But then you look at the Bullet Club, and we are Bullet Club. We're the reason that there is a Bullet Club. And, Hikuleo is the blood brother of Tama Tonga, the biggest man of that lineage ever to come down the pike. So that's a dangerous duo there, too. So the lesser of two evils, I'm not sure which one it is. I don't know what's going to happen, but I know that Machine Gun and I will have a game plan, and I definitely hope to see a gun stun and a magic killer be the finish for Bound for Glory.
Yeah, we're prepared for both. We're prepared for anybody at any time, any place. It sounds cliche, but we've been doing this for a long, long time. We're not scared of anybody. We're not fearing anybody ever, anywhere in the world. And so Bound for Glory, like whoever's there, whoever it ends up being, it's just another team that's in our way for us to show that we're the greatest tag team to ever step foot in a professional wrestling ring anywhere in the world for any company ever.
I'm right. Another notch in the belt.
Just a teeny second question. When Fucking Chopper Mania 3?
Well, I'll tell you this, Stephanie. The real problem is not the bigger member of the Good Brothers. It's the slightly smaller, quicker one in the Machine Gun Karl Anderson, because that stuff takes a lot of work. And we've been talking on here about the Forbidden Door all day. We've been waving the flag of Impact Wrestling, not only at Impact, but in New Japan and AEW. And we've been going around the country making appearances. We're one of the most sought after acts in the business, which is a very cool thing. But we don't have any time right now. So I'm dying to get that thing shot, get it out there for you guys. But the answer is it's coming, and I don't know when.
It's one of the
silliest things.
So great, so funny, so silly. And I had the fun of my life watching them.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Yeah, I
Thank
hope you watch
guys.
number 3 as well.
Thank you,
Thanks.
guys.
All right.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Stephanie, it's always a pleasure. Thank you for chiming in. You're an amazing person. We'll move on, guys, and now we're going to Joey over at the Angle Podcast. Joey, how are you doing? Welcome to the Press Pass, and what's your question for the Good Brothers?
Hey, how you doing, guys? Thanks for having me. And
What's up, Joey?
How you doing? And my question is for everybody here. I would love to hear D'Lo's response as well. So the Good Brothers are arguably one of the most iconic tag teams of this generation, and continuing building that legacy would mean to continue the belt collection. And now that we've seen AEW and Impact unify their world titles before, and your buddies, the Young Bucks, are no longer holding those titles at AEW, would it be possible, or will we ever see and new unified AEW and Impact World Tag Team Champions, Doc Gallows and Karl Anderson, the Good Brothers?
Why not, man? Why not? We love accolades. We love trophy collecting. We love check cashing. And we got big ass mantles. So I don't think there's any reason not to. I think that would be absolutely excellent. I say absolutely.
Yeah, they're definitely, those are tag team championships we haven't held yet. And, probably, one of the only, top companies in the world that we haven't held those tag championships for. And so, our eyes are definitely on them.
Awesome.
Me as an Impact guy, I would love to see our greatest team go over and show the world that they're the greatest team in any company at any time, any place. So I would love to see the Good Brothers go over there and bring back the AEW World Tag Team titles.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Awesome, guys. And before I go, if I can just get a too sweet in the camera.
You got it.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Boom.
Yep.
Thanks. Have a good one.
You too,
I think
brother.
we still do that.
All right, moving along. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you, Joey. And let's keep going to the next question there. We've got a man I know very well and I've known for a long, long time.
Oh, baby.
We and he's a great reporter and he's honest and just a tremendous guy. Jim Barcelona from the Miami Herald. Jim, welcome to the
Nice.
Press Pass. How you doing, my man?
Hey, thank you, D-Lo. Thanks, everybody. Dr. Ross, Doc, Karl. Thank you for the good words as well, D-Lo.
They're deserved. They're deserved.
Hello.
All right, guys, I'll tell you what, this isn't, what's interesting to me is that all these companies opening the doors, so to speak, and Impact Wrestling, AEW, New Japan, NWA, we can go down the list. I'm wondering from your standpoint, what it's been like navigating when you're working for different companies with different people in charge to do things that make sense because you're working for other companies.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same for us everywhere that we go. We want to make, a big impact. That's the flag that we wave. And no matter what, no matter who, no matter where, I think we have the same approach. It's strong confidence in who we are and what we do, and we show up and we deliver. So,
it's interesting because you got New Japan Pro Wrestling and AEW and now Impact, and a lot of the people in charge of all these companies now, we've built relationships over the last 20 years, and it's funny the way things work out, how things happen, how situations arise. And who would have thought that this would have happened when we were running with the Bullet Club and the Young Bucks and Kenny and me and Gallows are in the room just sitting there talking. I mean, or in Rocky Romero and AJ Styles, and we're all sitting around, we're all sitting in the Tokyo Dome Hotel, just, doing a talking shop and laughing. And you just never know that Rocky's going to be, he might not get a kayfabe in charge of New Japan, or who would have thought that the Young Bucks were going to go and start this company with Kenny and find Tony Khan and then Scott D'Amore, sitting in the same room with us back in the day. Now he's, at the top of Impact Wrestling. It's just crazy to think of all, from when we started in the year 2002 or whatever we did till 2021, the relationships you build sometimes really come back, and just real genuine relationships come back, and now we're living it. And it's pretty cool, man.
And then lastly for me is newer tag teams, up and coming tag teams. You guys, Karl, I know you're a good singles wrestler. Doc, you've done singles. And what are your thoughts, though, because you guys resonate together, such a great tag team? What are your thoughts of some of the younger ones, newer ones, I guess you'd say, that you've seen out there?
The landscape's forever changing, It's just like the title situation right now in Impact Wrestling. We're not sure who it's going to be at Bound for Glory. I know that Finn Juice and the Bullet Club are in the top of the rankings. Those are two New Japan teams that we have history with, but I still consider them up and coming tag teams, even though Finn Juice, they dinged us and that surprised us. So we had it helped us shift gears and turn the heat back on and get back what was rightfully ours in the Impact Wrestling World Tag Team Championship. So there's a lot of teams with a lot of potential, but it's still that same old recipe: Magic Killer and a 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, and we're fans of the AEW Tag Team Champions now, Penta and Phoenix. Like, those are guys that
they're great. Yep,
I would love to get in there with, and of course FTR guys we go back with a long way. It'd be cool to bring them over through the forbidden door and see what we can get done.
Yep.
Well, thank you all, and I'm wearing my Dolphins hat today. But D-Lo, go Bears!
Go Bears! Thank you, Jim. Thank you.
Thanks, Jim.
Thanks, man.
For me, I would like to see you guys go up against Penta and Phoenix or FTR. Like, I love dream matchups. I love when I see really pure wrestling out there. And you guys, man, those would be some awesome matches. Before I move on to Gary, though, I've got an announcement for those who are in the press pass. Coming up next week, we have 2 press passes. One on October 19th, hosted by Josh Matthews, and the guest will be the man who's going to face Christian Cage for the Impact World's Championship, Josh Alexander. And then get this, the next day, October 20th, hosted by Gail Kim. First of all, hosted by Gail Kim.
That's a win right away.
That's a big one right there. We're going to have the inspiration right here made available for the press pass for the first time as Impact Talent. Both start at 2 p.m. Eastern next week. So make sure you guys get ready to be part of that. So now, good brothers, we're going to go over to Gary Rush from Sports Matters TV over in the great country of Ireland. Gary, how are you doing?
All right.
Hey guys. How are you guys?
Good, up, Gary.
Thanks for your time. Just a quick two-part question. When you successfully defend your titles at Point for Glory,
I like this.
Are we going to see the Good Brothers versus the Gorillas of Destiny for the Impact titles? And second part of that question, if we do get to see that match, will it happen in an Impact ring, a New Japan ring, or an AEW ring? Which would you prefer?
I say do it in every ring. Do a best of 3 series with them if we get to that. That's a money match. Everybody knows it's a money match. There are a lot of factors that play into it actually happening with schedules and people being in and out of the country and things like that. But yeah, they need slapped around a little bit for sure. So I would like to do it all 3 places personally.
Yeah, and I know the Bullet Club boys or the Tama and his brother are in, with the environment that we're in right now, they're and traveling overseas and especially to Japan, it's pretty tough. So they're there from like September until I don't want to give a schedule away, but it's a long time. Yeah. So it's I think it's just trying to figure out schedules and ensure that we can do it right. But I think that it'd be cool to do some things at Impact, and of course, fly into Tokyo and do something at Ryogoku or the Tokyo Dome, I think is where the real fans want to see it all.
Well, if I can get flights to Japan, I'll be following you over there.
Yeah, I love it. Let's open it back up, baby.
Excellent.
Please.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, man.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Gary. Man, you guys know the Japanese experience is amazing to go over there and land the Tokyo Dome and come back as an established star. It's an amazing feeling. So you guys get to go back to Japan. I might be hiding in your luggage with you because I got to see that match myself.
Please do. Please do. You're always welcome.
Let's take ourselves over to the UK. We got Dane Nelson from Hooked on Wrestling. Dane, how are you doing, my man?
I'm great, thank you. How are you doing?
I cannot complain. What's your question for the Good Brothers?
What's up, dude?
So I've got 2. My first, if that's all right, my first one's for the 2 of you. So I first came across Talk and Shop on Talk is Jericho a few years ago when you were with WWE. And I found that to be just like way more funny than I thought it would have been.
Or should have been.
Yeah. And then everything you've done since, like the Boneyard match, that killed me way more. But then in the ring, obviously, you're all kind of business and you're mean. You can be quite mean. So I wonder, as people who've walked that line for quite a while, where do you think the line ends between meaning business and being intimidating and being funny within the wrestling industry?
I think it's situational. Talking Shop-A-Mania is, we like to call it an alternate universe where we can turn on a different side of our personalities, like you see on our podcast, Talking Shop, which a new episode drops every Sunday. But Talking Shop-Mania is a way to express, our real sense of humor. But when, we're in Impact Wrestling, we're in the title picture, when we're at AEW as members of the Elite, we're in New Japan Pro Wrestling, carrying the heavy legacy that we do, then it's all business. So I think as an entertainer, as a performer, you have to be able to show both sides. That's what range truly is. And I think that over the last couple of years, especially, Karl and I have showed that we absolutely have it. So I think it's been a blessing.
We have lots of range. We're very highly skilled actors, as you could tell from the Boneyard match.
Thespians, if you will.
Talking Shop-Mania 2, the way we placed ourselves in our method acting. I think if you know us, if people know us at all, they know that we like to. I think what gets us off the most is making people laugh.
Yeah,
and that's our true personal identities. We just love to make people laugh, man. And but sometimes in the ring you got to be serious or be mean or whatever. It's fun to go back and forth and to have that Talking Shop-A-Mania outlet to to be funny. And there was times on Impact we tried to be funny and we got pulled aside by the boss and was like, hey, it wasn't really the time for that. Because I think the only people that thought it was funny was us. But sometimes
we need to dial it back, but that's all right.
But you got to take chances,
Yeah. And then my second question is just to Doc. With Serena Deeb and CM Punk both competing on AEW, where you guys obviously visit quite often, do you ever feel a pull back to your kind of roots as Gallows at all?
I really don't, because I feel like that chapter of the book is kind of closed for everybody. That's a piece of WWE history that's over a decade old now. I think people have a fond remembrance of the group, and I've always said I thought the group could have gone further. But I think Serena is well established in her career as a singles performer on the women's side in a big way. I'm really happy and proud for her. You see the star power that CM Punk has accrued on his own, and we got our own niche too. I mean, the Machine Gun and I are undoubtedly one of the best tag teams in the entire world. And the Good Brothers, we're a brand now, man. It's not just an act that can break up and come back and do all that kind of stuff. We're branded. We're business partners. We're best buddies. So I think it's probably better to leave that in the past and let it be if it was a fond memory for you, great. If not, it's already done with. So don't worry about it.
Well, you never know. You never know.
Thank you.
Yeah, I might come back as Festus. I don't know.
Thank you, Dane. And I'd pay to see Festus come back.
Royal Rumble, January.
You might be the only one, Dave.
I think I might be the only one ever who would pay for Festus. Anyway, let's take ourselves over to Marco over in Germany. Marco, how are you doing? Welcome to the Press Pass. And what is your question for the Good Brothers?
So, good evening, gentlemen. Thank you, Dilo, for the introduction, and too sweet for my good brothers over there.
Oh, for sure.
Sweet, buddy.
Too sweet. So, first of all, I hope my sound is fine. I had some troubleshooting and now recording from my filthy kitchen, which I have to cover over with this green screen.
Oh, you got a good background. You're looking good. You look like you have.
You look all right, my man. I can't tell your kitchen is a mess.
All right was what I'm aiming for. So, Dilo, since you already kind of answered my question, I want to start with you, and I have a question. Since I have no doubt the Good Brothers are retaining at Bound for Glory, which would be your top-notch match for them against an Impact team? So who do you think should take on next on the Good Brothers?
I mean, that's a tough question because the tag team division Impact Wrestling is stacked from top to bottom. I mean, when you've got a team like, W. Morrissey and Moose running around there destroying people, when you've got Rich Swann and Willie Mack out there, you had the beginnings of Sami Callihan and Eddie Edwards coming together, and that's like, Batman and Joker. So, I mean, it's stacked. If I pick one, it'd be almost disrespect to the rest of the division. But I think any combination of tag teams in Impact would give the Good Brothers a good run for their money and have a hell of a match.
Right, I agree. So, doggo. My next question for Karl and Doc. Since you both already had singles runs, would you consider going back to this for like a last run? And the second question would be, which kind of was already a little bit spoken about, the new generation of tag teams. So who would you consider of those upcoming prospects to be future world tag team champions, I guess, in like 5 years?
I think we can both agree that we both, while staying together, could see singles gold in our future, especially in Impact Wrestling. I think both of us have that set as a goal. But there are more contracted professional wrestlers in the world right now than there ever have been. There are up-and-coming tag teams everywhere. There are established single stars coming together in Impact Wrestling, like D'Lo just talked about. We have an influx of teams coming over from New Japan Pro Wrestling that are somewhat established and getting more of a foothold. You have Penta and Phoenix over in AEW that are the new World Tag Team Champions. They got a full roster. So To pick one is a difficult question, man. But I will say this: I think that tag team wrestling is alive and well. I think for the first time in a couple of decades, it's a focal point again, both in Impact Wrestling and over at AEW and New Japan too, with the teams there. So I think it's a great time to be a fan of tag team wrestling for sure.
Yeah, what's Willie and Rich are young, man. Like what is I think Rich is 29 years old or something like that. And Chris Bay and Thomas' brother with the Bullet Club. What's Chris Bay? 24, possibly.
Yeah, they're young. They're young guys. Yeah.
I mean, these are young people, dude. These are young kids in on television, man. Like I didn't go to New Japan until I was 28. So like they're getting some good opportunities here at a young age. It's pretty cool to see. It's the future of Impact is bright, and tag team wrestling, in the wrestling world is really bright. It's gonna be really cool to watch.
Yeah, I totally agree. So great answers, and thank you for your time, gentlemen. Have a great
Thank you, brother.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you, Marco. Once again, on a side note here, I got to tell you that I'm an old school traditionalist, and I think when certain teams in sports are good, like when the Yankees are good, baseball's good. When the Bulls and the Lakers are good, basketball's good.
Yeah.
When tag team wrestling is good, wrestling is good.
I agree 100%.
I have an affection for tag team wrestling, and you guys are creating that renaissance, and there's a ton of great talent out there that is going to give you guys some good matches in the future. I can tell you that.
There is.
Absolutely,
really cool,
man.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun to watch worldwide.
So let's take ourselves over to India. Riju,
right.
how are you doing? We're going over there. Welcome to the Press Pass. And what is your question for the Good Brothers?
Thank you so much. It's an honor to speak to all of you. So when I think of TNA or Impact Wrestling, one of the first names that comes to mind is AJ Styles.
Yep.
Could you imagine him coming back for a Hall of Fame induction? We know that Awesome Kong is going into the Hall of Fame this year. Can you maybe see him in the Hall of Fame?
I'll say this. I don't know what the schedule is or what kind of surprises Impact Wrestling has in store for the Hall of Fame or Bound for Glory, but I would be very remiss if I didn't say that before AJ Styles hangs up the boots, I'm highly confident we'll see him in an Impact Wrestling ring at least one more time. A first ballot Hall of Famer for sure, whether it's now or 10 years from now or 20 years from now. But you brought up a good point. For sure, just like us. We're going to make Alan do our induction speech, so we know he'll be there for that. But I will say this: with Bound for Glory around the corner, that's the subject of Press Pass with Wrestle Week coming up next week. Impact Wrestling delivers in the surprise department, and I have no doubt that there will be massive surprises at Bound for Glory. So I keep saying this, but it's a really exciting time to be a pro wrestler, but even more so to be a professional wrestling fan and to be an Impact Wrestling fan. So I hope everybody is tuned in to BFG because it's going to happen live, and you don't want to be the guy who sees the replay or sees the GIF on Twitter. You want to see these people appear live. So make sure you tune in.
Fantastic. And I also wanted to get your reaction to the inspiration coming to Impact. Do you think they'll have more creative freedom in an environment like Impact?
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't think so. I know so. Look at the difference in the Good Brothers over a year and a half.
Yeah, those are very, very, very talented sisters who we're fans of, and are friends of ours. We're really excited that they're coming, and it's going to be. I think people got a chance to see what they could do when they were there, but now they're going to get a really good chance to show even more. Because they're both good talkers. They can both get in the ring. It's going to be fun.
Absolutely.
And finally, I want to talk to D'Lo. You have seen the evolution of the Two Sweet from the 90s to the Good Brothers. So did you ever think that it would travel from the Click all the way to now?
That's an amazing thing because, when you first see it, you think it's a niche kind of thing. But then when it gets legs and starts walking by itself and it travels around the world, and now it's a symbol of excellence as opposed to just a click kind of thing. And you've got to have a certain kind of gravitas to even hold that hand up and make that symbol, because if you ain't been there, you can't do it. It's a little disrespect. So it's amazing that it's spanned 20 years and four different wrestling generations, and I don't see it going away anytime soon.
No.
Good answer.
I mean, kids think we created it now.
Bro, it's amazing.
We did.
And Reed, you said something, and I want to go back on unpack that. It is amazing that Awesome Kong is going into the Hall of Fame.
For sure.
Her and Gail Kim, for all the female empowerment and wrestling renaissance that ladies wrestling is going through right now. You can trace it back to starting with Gail Kim and Awesome Kong. And I'll go on record and say that any day of the week.
For sure.
Let's go back over to the good old US of A. Who do I have there? My list has moved around too much. Big Gold Belts Media. Who do you got from Big Gold Belts Media? What you got, dog?
Nigeria Chambers of Big Gold Belt Media. Thank you so much, D-Lo, and everybody. I got two really quick questions. My first question, and obviously not to stir any trouble here, but I want to know you all's relationship and thoughts with Don Callis. And the reason I ask is because Don Callis dropped the flag that you two carry up high and everywhere. And that seems like a conflict of interest. And I also noticed one thing. Everyone here today is definitely showing their love, giving you the flowers of all the accolades you all have done. One of the best tag teams in the world. Sometimes Don Callis, who's never short for words, seems to forget that when he's announcing the folks that are standing behind him, which I personally take that personal as fans of you two. So what's sort of the relationship with Don Callis, especially considering this friendship that you all have?
Don has made the jump. The forbidden door was already open, but Don is an AEW guy now, full blown and all the way. He has moved over there from Impact Wrestling, and we are contracted to Impact Wrestling. So we come in wearing that hat. So, I mean, from a friendship perspective, just sitting down and having a drink together, I think it's the same. But professionally, you never know what somebody's feeling, if there's some coldness there or not. But I can promise you this. Anytime that the Good Brothers are in a room with Don Callis, we can make him laugh harder than anybody else.
I'd say AEW is writing Don's checks now. So knowing Don, he's just going to say whatever he has to say to keep that.
That's a shoot, Hoot.
That might be the best answer of the day right there.
Yeah, respect.
Exactly.
And
we
then,
love Don.
And then obviously I got to ask the hardest question of the day. Big LG and Sourboy, you're going to be up the road at MCW in a couple of days.
Yes.
But what's really important is Jimmy's Seafood here.
What
is the go-to meal?
I was hoping you weren't going to say anything about me coming to my home state of Maryland and coming to MCW
This
on
is
Saturday
home.
and not mention crab cakes at Jimmy's famous seafood. If you don't know about it, learn about it. They ship nationwide. I'm not even supposed to be promoting other stuff right now. Jimmy's famous seafood.com. I can't say enough good about it, and I will be there Saturday night. You shouldn't give away your location, but if you're looking for me, I'll have a belly full of blue crabs, crab cakes, and large draft beer.
Our favorite, if you give the LG and I a couple of nice cold drinks of anything, and you give us a bucket of crabs and let us pick at crabs for 2, 3, 4 hours, we'll
I want to hang up and go do it right now.
As a Maryland boy, that makes me very proud. Thank you so much, gentlemen.
Thanks.
Thank you, dude. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, dog. And damn it, now I'm hungry. I got to fly to Jimmy's too, bro. Golly. I want some lump crab meat right now.
I got some crab cakes in the freezer. I really, truly do.
You may need to pull them out, Hoot.
Bro, I'm coming to your house now.
Yeah.
Let's take this. We're going to go to Chris from Broken But Glorious. Chris, how are you doing? Welcome in. And what is your question for the good brother?
Hello. I'm actually his son.
Chris's son, how are you doing?
Hello, son. How are you?
Good, thank you. Of course, you guys have now joined AEW. So okay, hello.
There we go.
Hello.
I see you there.
Of course, you guys have now joined AEW. So I want to know, because you've been appearing more on BTE and showing more of your comedic side. So I want to know, how it's been like, and what was the creation of Sourboy?
Well, I'll let the machine gun answer that. I think we created it in a hotel room and then he ran with it, but he can probably tell you more. That's the talking shop part of our personalities.
Yeah, showing up at AEW,
Yeah.
we got a lot of friends there, man. We've been on the road with a lot of those guys for over half of our career, and spent a lot of time with those guys, and probably more than their own families at some time. And so to be able to just be around them and have fun, that's basically Sour Boy is whatever. I mean, I think I'm certain Gallows made it up in a certain voice, and then we took it and ran with it.
Doesn't matter.
Literally probably over a decade ago, but
yeah, exactly.
But I think just being able to see us on BTE and sometimes we're a little stupid or we might say things out of line, but we're literally just having so much fun being around our friends. That's just us having fun. And
that's the real side of our personality, believe it or not.
just having a good time. And Sour Boy's real. When people put lemons in Machine Gun's drink, it really bothers him. It turns him into something he doesn't particularly want to be.
I'm glad you don't have a lemony drink there right now.
I don't.
Okay, I've got another question as well. Since you're friends with Adam Cole, like, how did you feel when you realized he was leaving WWE and joining AEW?
Well, you got to remember, everybody tells us everything, so we had the inside track on it.
Yeah.
No, I think that it's more forbidden door. It's more opportunity for more wrestlers around the world. I think that it's a really healthy state of the pro wrestling business, and I'm happy to say that we're involved with 3 companies that are making us really happy right now. Because a few years back, whether the chips were up or down where we were before, we weren't always really happy, and I think that overall, we're much happier guys right now, which probably makes us better performers, and that's better for you guys as fans.
Yep.
Well, I appreciate you, Chris's son, because we never got Chris's son's name. But I'm just going to call him Chris.
Did Chris's son steal the phone or run? Or
little Chris knocked him out and jumped on the horn.
But I appreciate you being there, Chris's son, and thank you for the questions.
Thanks, Chris's son.
So since we left Chris's son, let's go over to Kevin. Let's go to Kevin. How you doing, my man? Welcome to the Press Pass. What you got for the Good Brothers?
All right, guys. Can you hear me okay, yeah?
Here you go.
Yes, I got you.
So there's a lot of talk tonight about the Forbidden Door, it's a fantastic time in wrestling, absolutely fantastic. We're getting to see some amazing dream matches coming through and all that. But I wanna ask you guys as a tag team, not just who you could fight now or who you could go up against now in the ring. If you look back in history in wrestling, who's the tag team that you guys would love to go up against, if you could?
Well, we've always had the same basic answer, I think, and I'll repeat it again. But I think in their prime, the Rock and Roll Express, we both grew up really big fans of those guys in that era of pro wrestling. We've always said we'd like to wrestle Stone Cold and The Rock at WrestleMania if we were doing one more WWE match, but I don't think they're up for the challenge right now. But yeah, I mean, absolutely, you can fantasy book that all day long. I mean, we got a lot of favorite teams from the 80s and 90s, but Rock and Roll Express probably would be a highlight.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think we'd have a good match with the Rock and Roll Express. And just like you said, the Rock and Stone Cold at WrestleMania is going to be the main events. The payday is going to be great.
Huge payday. That's what matters. D'Lo's going to be in the Rock's corner. It's going to be awesome for everybody.
Bro, bring back the nation. Throw it up.
Exactly.
Or the Rock and Stone Cold at Bound for Glory. I mean, whatever.
Or it doesn't matter.
Rock and Stone Cold.
Come on.
Is that an exclusive right there? The Rock and Stone Cold at Bound for Glory?
Yes.
Yes,
it is.
Yeah.
AJ's coming too. So
there's only one way to find out. Tune into Bound for Glory, all right? This Saturday, October 23rd, live from Sam's Town in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Well, guys,
I don't want to false advertise, but you never know.
We're all going to be there watching, and we can't wait to see you. So thanks very much for letting me be part of this.
Thanks, man.
Kevin, thank you for joining us. Hey, guys, we talk about great tag teams. Let me tell you, I'd love to see you guys in the Midnight Express.
Ooh,
I would love to see that match.
Yeah.
Or like Tully and Arn. You know, like
Please,
once again, I'm an
please.
old school kind of guy, so
yeah, I'd love that.
I love great tag team wrestling. Let's go to Ashley Rose Nova from TWM. Ashley, how are you doing? Welcome to the Press Pass, and what do you got for the Good Brothers?
I'm fantastic. Thank you for
Hello.
having me. Hello, Good Brothers. Hello, D'Lo.
Hello.
I just want to say it's great to be here with you all today. And I'm looking forward to Bound for Glory to see you guys on Impact doing y'all's thing. Now, my question is for all three of you. Now, I'm always big on fundamentals and in-ring psychology and ring work and great tag team chemistry. I know the Good Brothers have a dojo. I've seen their students, fantastic workers, great. I've seen them in the ring. What is your fundamentals that y'all can pass on to the next generation of pro wrestlers? And this for all three of you,
Well, I mean, we don't, we actually don't have the dojo anymore because we got so busy that we weren't really, we felt like we weren't able to convey the message we needed to as far as training goes. Whether that happens down the line, maybe it will, maybe it won't. But I mean, we've been out with Scott Demore, who's been doing a lot of these Impact seminars and scouting talent and stuff like that. And it's basically what you said. It's fundamentals. And even in a new school environment, I think that it's you can't forget where you came from and watch the guys from the past who had the basics all the way down and didn't need much more than that. So I think that you got to pay homage to the stars who came behind you and paved the way, and take a little bit from them and then sprinkle in, your own new ideas and stuff like that. And you'll probably do pretty well for yourself.
Yeah, I think Gallows and I like to teach a lot. It'd be fun, down the road to be able to teach young kids and get them moving in the business. We always I think the other, a couple weeks ago, a couple of young kids drove us, a couple hours away. And I think we were telling so many ridiculous stories. They were laughing pretty hard. So I just kind of passing on some of the knowledge that we've had, because, we have had the opportunity, thankfully, and God willing, we've been able to fly all over the world and do this. And so we do have a lot of, not just wrestling experiences, but, a lot of life experiences.
Life and business experiences. Yeah.
And business experiences that we can pass on to people, man. And so, that's some of the funnest things that you can actually do.
For sure.
D'Lo has a lot of all that as well. D'Lo likes to pass on, a lot of knowledge.
I love teaching, and for me, the one thing I always want to impart in young wrestlers coming up is an appreciation, a love, and a passion for this industry. And don't just do it to try to be famous or make money, but do it because you love it. And when you start with that, everything else just rounds out completely, and you become a well-rounded worker, person, in-ring, out of the ring, businessman. But it has to start with the love and appreciation for this business. So no, that's the one thing I try to impart right off the bat.
Yeah, because you got to enjoy it.
If you don't love this, it's a long, hard road. And if you don't love this, it'll burn you out real quick.
Even when you love it, it feels rough.
True.
And I have one more question. One of my readers and, one of my mutuals on Twitter wanted me to ask Doc, is there going to be a second dangly? They want to know, are you going to have a second dangly?
You know what's funny about the dangly? I that ear was pierced when I was 18 years old, and I let the hole close all those years ago. And we were fooling around in a parking lot at AEW, and I looked over and the Bucks had earrings in, and my wife was standing there to drive us back to the hotel. And I said, honey, give me that hoop out of your ear. And she goes, you mean my earring? And I said, yes. And I took it and I shoved the thing right through the closed hole that had been closed for a number of years. And that's how the dangly reappeared. So to answer the question, I think that would mean another new piercing. So I think we're going to stick with a single dangly for right now.
All right. Oh, pleasure speaking with y'all. I'll let everyone else get their questions in, and I look forward to Bound for Glory. Go out there and kill it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley, for joining us. Hey guys, real quick before we go on the next question, when is your guys' next badass movies with the Good Brothers? And do you know what movie you guys are going to be reviewing?
We absolutely do. It is all part of Wrestle Week. D-Lo, I'm glad you asked as we gear up for Bound for Glory. Wrestle Week starts Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. Badass movie night hosted by the Good Brothers. and you can watch a
Heck of a movie.
classic. You can watch Roadhouse with us. That kicks off Wrestle Week. That all leads into Bound for Glory. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah. Go ahead.
We were supposed to be doing recording the Badass Movie Night, and we just kept stopping and watching the movie.
And we did.
Really watching the movie.
It took way longer than it's taken in times past because we got pumped watching every scene in the movie. So, but as far as exclusives go, that's an exclusive here. I think it's already been announced, but I'm going to push this one out there too. Before this all started, I was on the phone with Dr. Ross. Dr. Ross has confirmed that at Sam's Town Casino, if you were there live in Las Vegas, you have an opportunity as soon as Bound for Glory ends to meet the Good Brothers at Sam's Town, photo ops, anything you need, signed, 8x10s, merchandise, all that good stuff. So we will be doing a Las Vegas meet and greet at Sam's Town Casino immediately following BFG. We love meeting the fans. We love Too Sweet and you guys and hanging out. So please come and say hello.
Hey, Doc, since you're in the selling mood, I'm going to continue this. Remember, Press Pass next week, October 19th, 2 p.m. Josh Alexander, hosted by Josh Matthews. And on October 20th at 2 p.m., Gail Kim hosts the Inspiration right here on the Press Pass.
I'm logging in for that one. I need a press
I'm going to log in for it. I'm going to ask some questions.
Right.
Let's go to Austin over. Let's go to Austin over in Back Sports Page. Austin, how are you doing? Welcome to the Press Pass. What you got for the Good Brothers?
Hey, I'm doing great, and it's great to see you guys here. Quick question: I must have just missed the memo with the no sleeves. You guys are absolutely rocking it. But you both really seem to thrive on like a spirit of competition. I think there's no one in the world that would really question that at all. And the Young Bucks have been called the best tag team in the world. Earlier, you guys have said that you were the best tag team. Do you ever see yourselves getting into the ring across from them, either as an exhibition or for possibly the Impact titles?
You know, those two guys are two of our very best friends in the whole wrestling industry. We talk about our kids with them, about family life, about everything else. But like you said, it's a spirit of competition. And let's just be deadpan honest. That's a dream match. It's a money match for whatever promotion lands it. And it's a match that people want to see. It's going to be a collision of different styles that are modern day meets modern day old school. You can say heavyweight versus cruiserweight, whatever you want to say. But I do agree. The Young Bucks are definitely a generational best tag team in the world, but so are the Good Brothers. So at some point, it's probably inevitable that match takes place. And then hopefully after, we can buy them a Diet Coke and they can buy us a whiskey and Coke, and we'll move on from there.
We'll hold off on the whiskey. I think the bad guy, the Good Brothers as bad guys versus the Young Bucks as the heroes somewhere is a really, really big feud / match, whatever. And someday it'll probably happen.
Right, thanks very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Austin.
Thank you, man.
I think your styles would very well match together, and it would be compelling to see you guys go at it. Almost like the Unstoppable Force meets the Immovable Object. That'd be kind of cool.
Fun. Absolutely.
All right, so let's go over to a place that I'm accustomed to being. We'll go over to Lee Walker from Perched on the Top Rope. I've been there a few times.
Here we go.
Waiting for that frog splash.
Hey, what's going on?
Lee, how are you doing? Welcome to the Press Pass. And what do you got for the Good Brothers?
Well, Ryuju kind of took my question, actually, when it came to the Inspiration. Obviously, they were announced at the Knockouts Knockdown tournament. How do you guys, and this is for you too, D'Lo, how do you guys three feel? Actually, let me reword that. Who do you think could possibly win that match? Do you think the Inspiration will come out as the new Knockouts Tag Team Champions? Can Decay retain the Tag Team Champions championship? And if not, how do you see their career going in Impact?
I think this is a great opportunity for them to be in a new place and to show another layer of their personalities as characters in our business. I think that it showed us in a completely different light, seeing us in Impact and kind of feeling what we felt when we were with New Japan Pro Wrestling years earlier, but even to a more mature degree. I know those girls are highly creative. Both ladies are. and I know that they're both good in the ring. So as far as the outcome at BFG, that's two awesome female teams. I can't predict an outcome, but I can predict that you'll see the inspiration be better than you've ever seen inside of Impact Wrestling.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way that inspiration comes to Bound for Glory though and loses. So I think they're going to come in with all the steam behind them and give Decay everything they've got, and just I think inspiration leaves Bound for Glory with the championships.
Lee, I'll put it like this. Think about this. How would you like to debut at the biggest show of our calendar year in a championship match, in a high-profile championship match? So, I mean, that tells you what the inspiration thinks of themselves. They want to come right in and compete at the highest level on day one. So, I'm not going to make a prediction. I'm lucky enough I got the best seat in the house. I'm going to sit back and watch 4 talented wrestlers go at it. And I'm just going to sit back and get my popcorn ready and enjoy, because that's going to be a hell of a match.
Save me some.
Awesome. Now, how do you guys feel about the Call Your Shot gauntlet match with, the likes of Rich Swann, Brian Myers, Moose, William Morrissey, and there's still someone to be determined? How would you feel if someone like a Moose or a Morrissey wins and they come for the tag team gold against you guys?
Hey man, it's like you said, it's the spirit of competition. Let's go, bring it. You got some heavy hitters in that match all the way around, and that's the point of it. It's to see who goes where and who makes the next opportunity for themselves out of Bound for Glory. It resets our calendar on a yearly basis, and that's exactly what it's going to do. And you got to ask yourself, you already have some of the biggest hitters in Impact Wrestling in that match. You got a mystery guy. Okay, so that's a variable that you can't count on. Who could it be? I think Impact's been one of the absolute best at bringing in new talent and surprising our fan base. So my eyes are going to be on that match up there, probably more than any other match on the card other than our own, to be honest with you.
All right, great. Guys, thank you for asking my questions, and thank you, Impact, for doing this.
Thanks man.
Lee, appreciate you. Thank you so much. Man, Bound for Glory is just stacked right now. I mean, just on paper, it's going to be one of the best shows of the year, and that's even before we get to Bound for Glory. So,
right,
excited to be there. I know you guys are too.
And it's live from Las Vegas, Dilo. We're getting
this
back
is
on
your
the road.
town. This is your town,
bro. The entertainment capital of the world is going to be taken over by Impact Wrestling on October 23rd. I can't wait. Let's go over to Isaac from Wrestle Sport. Isaac, how are you doing?
I'm great, man. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can, Isaac. How are you?
Very good, man. Very good. So I have one question. It's simple. Guys, how to describe the tag team division on Impact Wrestling compared to other companies?
I think it's hot and heavy because, you can say whatever you want, but we have teams from almost every company in the world right now. I mean, from AEW, from New Japan, to our own Impact team. So I think that the competition is hot and heavy, and us wearing the tag team gold shows that we sit at the very, very top of the mountain, and we do not plan on that changing anytime soon.
Yeah, Impact's got a lot of talent, a lot of, from the tag team division to the knockouts to the world championship picture. I mean, there's just so much fun stuff going on in Impact right now. It's the future's bright.
So, guys, what happened with Tolkien Shooter Mania 3?
Well, nothing's happened yet. Nothing's happened yet.
Dilo, cut them off.
We've been busy going to every company that exists. So, we have to have time to sleep, brother. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Isaac, I assure you there'll be a Talking Shop Mania 3 at some point. Maybe tomorrow, maybe next year, but who knows? Anyway, let's go over to Mike Gilbert from Fight Game Media. Mike, welcome to the Press Pass. Welcome in. And what do you got for the Good Brothers?
Hey, how's it going, guys? Big fan. Hey,
what's up, Mike?
Hey, quick question. I know I'm the final question, so I'll let you guys get out of here really quick. So I know that you guys are kind of taking a leadership role there within Impact, not officially, but you guys are really planting your flag and you're carrying the flag all over the place. Are you guys involved in actively recruiting free agents to come to Impact and trying to bring those free agents to Bound for Glory?
I'll say this: we help where we can. We have a lot of friends throughout the industry from the time we've spent and all the companies we've been in, but in an official capacity, that goes to my friend and another former tag team partner of mine, D'Lo Brown.
Well, I mean, we're always telling people that Impact Wrestling is a place to be, a place to work, a place to have fun, a place to be able to be creative, and a place to be able to be on TV and do what you love. We tell our friends that all the time, all over the industry, when they ask us how it is, because you can get lost in a bubble sometimes and not know that Impact Wrestling is this fun or that this place is that fun. But we're here now, and we're here, and yes, we're are we recruiting people? We'll leave that where it is, but we're always telling people how much fun we're having and how much we love being there.
We wanted to make it cool to come to Impact Wrestling, not that it already wasn't, but I think that we've helped that a lot. A lot of guys you've seen come in called us beforehand and said, "Hey, what's the deal? How is it?" And we put our stamp of approval on it. And, we have a lot of guys in this business who trust our decisions. We make some bad ones sometimes, but we also make some pretty good business decisions. And I think that a big part of the current Impact roster are, they had a conversation or two with one of the GBs on the way in.
Awesome. And I had a question from Twitter. My follower Justin wants to know, where are you guys having your after party at in Vegas after Bound for Glory?
Well, I'll say this, Justin, if you're going to be in Las Vegas, slide into my DMs. Whoever wants to sponsor us at the biggest 5-star restaurant, whoever wants to pick up the tab for the Good Brothers, it's an open invitation. I'll personally choose myself. I'll pick the restaurant. All you have to do is get the reservation, get the table, and bring a fat wallet, and we will be having the after party with you.
If there's any way it could be in the Sam's Town Casino, would be helpful so that we don't.
That would be perfect. That way we can't get in too much trouble.
TJ Fridays, do it there.
Let's go to Fridays.
Perfect.
Deal.
Mike, appreciate you. Thank you for your questions. Guys, that was our last question, but I just want to do this. I just want to give you guys a moment to talk to the panelists, to talk to everyone out there. Tell them why the Good Brothers and why Bound for Glory.
Man, we've been saying it. We've been saying it here all day. I think that Impact is at a new level. I think that the bar continues to raise, and Bound for Glory is the place where you put your best foot forward. The most eyes are going to be on the show of the entire year. I know every talent from the newest people in that were just with us on the last set of tapings are talking about it. I know the veteran talent's talking about it. I know that the star talent is talking about it. And this is where you got to show up and put your best foot forward, because the competition is real. Impact has been full of surprises. There are more on the way, I can guarantee. And the Good Brothers are going to cement our legacy at Bound for Glory. So join us October 23rd, live on pay-per-view from Sam's Town Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada, because you don't want to miss this one.
That's the issue, D'Lo, when you got a partner who's as good verbally as Doc Gallows is. What do I say?
Yeah, there's nothing left for you to do. I will put it like this.
Yeah.
Join us October 23rd. Those internationally can see us on Fight. The rest, sit back. Special start time, 10 p.m. Eastern.
Party time.
Bound for Glory. Party time. Let's go in
Join
Sin
us.
City.
Let's do it.
Thanks, D'Lo.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you for joining us, everybody.
Thanks, guys.